If you're over 40 and still doing these exercises, it might be the reason why your body is still in so much pain. These 5 exercises you shouldn't do anymore, and I'm going to show you the 5 exercises you should do so your body's going to feel great afterwards. Number 1 exercise you shouldn't do anymore, sit-ups. You've probably been doing them since you were 18 and now you're 45, 50 or even 75 and you're still doing them. You shouldn't do them. This is the reason why. So, sit-ups are like this. Now, I see a lot of people do sit-ups just like this. And then they come up and they crunch and they do these. Now, that's a massive no-no because A, you're not doing the core right. It's actually not doing anything. And you're hurting your back, you're hurting your spine and your lower back. So it's the reason why you're probably getting lower back pain. Probably one of the reasons why. It's not the main reason, but it's probably the reason why if you're over 40 and you're watching this and you have lower back pain, doing sit-ups is part of the problem. So don't do a sit-up at all, please. Okay, so what do we do instead? Now let's do that. Okay, what do we do instead? Okay, the sit-up. I like to call, and I've probably did this in previous videos, it's called a dead bug. Now the reason why I love dead bugs is because it's spine friendly, it's lower back friendly. It doesn't hurt the back. If you're doing them wrong, it will, but if you do it right, it's actually perfect for your back. So what do dead bugs look like? You're going to lay on the bench, okay, just like so. Feet up, just like you would do a sit-up. Hands go straight in the air. Flatten your back against the bench, holding in a P as hard as you can. Hands go straight in the air, and then it's opposite hand to foot. So just like so. You're going to try and maintain neutral spine. You're going to try and maintain all the connection with your lower back, and you're holding in a P as hard as you can with your pelvic floor, and you're going to rotate just like this. Just like that. So it's very good on your lower back. It's very good for the spine. Doesn't really hurt, and it gets right into your core. Sit-ups do not do anything for your core. It's one of the biggest myths in the fitness industry. Sit-ups don't do anything for your core. You can do 1,000 sit-ups, your abs won't change. You do 1,000 dead bugs and you will feel it, absolutely, and you'll be on the floor passed out almost. Second one on the list, deep squats. Do not, if you're over 40 and you're still doing deep squats, do not do them. It's the reason why your knees are hurting. So, or lower back, or ankles, or hips, whatever it is. So, deep squat is this. So a lot of people go into the gym and then try and sit down as low as they can. Now, if you're 25, 35, it's okay to do deep squats. But over time, over years and years of doing that, you're going to hurt your joints. You're going to hurt your hips, you're going to hurt your knees, you're going to hurt your lower back. Chances are you probably weren't doing them right when you're 25 anyway, so which is the reason why you're in pain now if you're 45 and 50 and 60 and 70. So instead of doing a deep squat, the best way to do it, if you're over 40, grab a band, put the band around your knees or just above the knee. You're going to feet shoulder width apart, find a bench, put it behind you, and you're just going to put your hands on your shoulders and you're just going to try and squat onto that bench. Sit up. As you're sitting down, press the band out. So what does that do? It really activates the glutes and fires the glutes, lessens the loads on the lower back. When you were doing your deep squats, your lower back was taking the weight and not so much of your glutes. So when you were putting a lot of weight on your deep squats with the barbell, you're putting the load right through your lower back and your hips and not your glutes. So stretch the band as much as you can, sit your bum back, try and sit down on the bench, come back up. Push your hips forward, squeeze your bum cheeks as hard as you can. This done right is very painful. So if you're doing them right, you will still get the burn as if you're doing the deep squat. So just like so. Again, I'll say 4 sets, 15 reps, depending on the person, depending on what you're trying to do. But this is the exercise that you should be doing instead of deep squats, banded squats. One of the best things you can do as you get older in age. Number 3, running. So, are you pounding the pavement? Are you walking? Are you incline walking? Are you cycling? Are you doing, if you're over 40, you should not do those certain movements and exercise anymore. Yes, it's controversial. I know a lot of people do them. It's good for the health, it's good for the heart, but it's bad for the knees, and it's bad for the joints, it's bad for the posture. So depending on, there's what I always say, that everything has a trade-off in life. So you can't do one thing and without having the consequences of another. So if you really love running, cycling, walking, swimming, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. It's fine. I'm not saying stop. But these are the pitfalls or the common things that happen if you do them for a long period of time. So if you're over 40 and you're still running, it's the reason why your joints are sore. Guaranteed, no ifs and buts about it. So what do I like to do instead of running? This is one of the best ones for hip realignment, knee strength, VMO strength, quad strength. So backward lunges with a slider. So how do we do that? Now, grab a slider, go onto the gym floor, stand up straight, and you're just going to slide back like you're doing a lunge, but you're not going forward, you're going back. The reason why we're going back, activates the glutes, lessens the loads on the hips, really works the knees and the quads and the VMOs, and then you drag it up with your tippy toes. So once you go back, you're dragging it with the tippy toe. You're going forward. So you're really firing the VMO just like so, like that. So 4 sets, 12 reps on each leg, like so. You can very mimic everything you could do with running and incline walking and cycling and treadmills and bikes and all this stuff that you can do at the gym just by doing backward lunges. Very safe for the joints. It's not going to hurt your joints. You're not going to ruin your joints, especially if you're over 40. If you're over 40, 50, 60, and you're getting up there in age, chances are those things are going to hurt you more than help you. So you want to always try and do things that's going to help your body, not hinder it. So you'll have to go get massages and constant physio treatment. So backward lunge, left leg, find the spot, lean back. One side will feel harder than the other. You just might notice that you're imbalanced on one side. That's all. So you're just sliding back as much as you can, 12 to 15 reps, 4 sets of each leg, just like so. Voila. Number 4 on the list, behind the neck. This is one of the exercises that I personally hate. I don't really hate a lot of exercises, but this is the one that when some clients ask me about behind the neck exercises, I generally say no, because your posture's already cooked by the time someone comes in and sees me. Their posture's bad, their knees are bad, their shoulders are bad, their neck's bad, and they don't have the range to do that anyway. So stuff like this, like when you have the dumbbell and you go behind the neck and you press up, or you're doing one-handers behind up, that hurts the joints, it ruins your posture, and puts a lot of load on the shoulder joint that it can't handle, especially over time. So if you're, again, over 40 and you've been doing those sort of movements since you were 20 for 20 years, chances are it's the reason why you're in pain now, because you were training the wrong way, you were doing different movements that your body didn't like, and then you've gone into a corporate job, you're sitting down on your ass all day for 9 hours, and that's not going to be helpful for your body. So stop doing behind the neck and start doing some rows. So what do I mean by that? We can do this type of rows, dumbbell rows, banded rows. I'm going to do both, but I'm just going to do some dumbbell rows. So best way I explain dumbbell rows, and it's funny, you'll laugh watching this. So hand on the bench, drop the weight in your palms, in your hands, shoulder blade always starts. So shoulder blade back, pull your hand up. So shoulder blade back, pull your hand up. How does that movement look like normally? Straight in a line, activating your lats. Now, a quick trick to know what you're trying to feel, funny way my clients laugh when I say this, is pretend that there's lemons underneath your armpits and you want to squeeze the juice as much as you can out of that lemon. It's funny, I know. So, but it works every time. So squeeze the lemon, get the juice out. Squeeze the lemon, get the juice out. Squeeze the lemon, get the juice out. Now, that's a dumbbell row. The next one is banded rows. I like doing banded rows because it's a postural fix, especially with most clients that are over 40. It's all about fixing posture issues, especially in the gym when I see a lot of clients that are 40s, 50s and 60s. they don't have the right posture to train. So I'm constantly fixing their posture as we train. So, banded rows. Grab the band, you've seen this on previous videos. Grab the band, trying to get a better stance. Pull the band as much as you can. So pull apart, pull apart, pull apart, pull apart. It's all about pulling your shoulder blades back, getting the posture fixed, shoulder blades together, lats engage, chest out, arms go back, just like so, fixing up the posture. So please do not do behind the neck exercises. Stop them now if you're over 40 because you'll be in a lot of pain. Do dumbbell rows properly, do banded rows. It does the same job with no pain. So no pain on your joints, which is what this video is all about. Number 5, last but not least, toe touches or ballistic stretching or ballistic movements. If you're over 40, 50, 60, and 70, you shouldn't be doing toe touches anymore. Why? Chances are your lower back, you're getting pain, your knees are getting pain. If you're doing any ballistic movements, chances are your ankles and joints are not liking it. So chances are it's a reason why you're in pain a lot. So instead of doing toe touches, do a different, mimic a different core workout, which pretty much does the same thing, if not better. So when I'm dealing with clients that are over 40, the best thing about it is you want to give them more bang for your buck. So when they come in with certain issues, most chances are the reason why is they're coming in with because they've been training since they were 20 the wrong way. So they've had sort of bad habits that have been, over time, 10, 15, 20 years. So toe touches are like this. So they're going to lay up, they're going to stick their legs in the air just like so. So it's a strain on the hamstring, your lower back, chances are your lower back painful. And basically what toe touches are is what it says. You're trying to touch your toes just like this. So you're doing these, fast, dynamic movements, ballistic movements, not knowing what it's doing to your joints. When you're 18, 25, you probably won't feel it the day after. If you're 40, 50, 60, and 70, chances are the next day after doing toe touches, you'll be in a lot of pain. And you won't really know the reason why because you've done toe touches for 20 years. Chances are it's the reason why you're in pain. So what do you do instead of toe touches? Instead of doing, the first one we did was SitUps with DeadBugs. It's a very good transition from one. This one I like to call is a boat hold. There's other words for it, but I like to call it a boat hold because it looks like a boat. So it's easy for clients to remember. So find a bench, lay down on your back. Now, your feet straight in the air, feet together, toes pointed. Now, the next thing is your hands go behind your head, lift your head and shoulders off the bench, just like this, and you hold. That's why I call it a boat hold, because it really strengthens your core, pelvic floor, and doesn't impact the lower back, which is another key for when you're over 40, a lot of people have lower back pain. You want to have at least amount of lower back pain. Now, the harder it gets is the lower it gets. So the more shaking gets involved, the more core. The easier you want it, you go up here. Just like that, and it's called a boat hold. It's all about holding because it's strengthening the core, the fibers in your body without having to do those ballistic, dynamic, stupid movements like toe touches. So try boat holds. It's very hard. You probably want to try 25, 30 seconds max and then stop, give yourself a minute rest and then go again. It's not really a movement that, it's not a hard movement, but it can be very difficult if you don't have the right core strength, hence why you're getting lower back pain by doing toe touches, because toe touches really doesn't hit the core as hard as what it should be or what it says or what most people say about it. Okay, those were the 5 don'ts and then the 5 do's. So please give them a go. Let me know how you go in the comments. If you are still doing those 5 exercises that you shouldn't do, let me know why in the comments and we can have a debate. Why not? Let's just see how we go. If you love that video, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and share the love.